Now, to fast or not to fast, pregnant and breastfeeding. This is my job, because some of you maybe know or you don't know, I'm an OBGYN. I'm an obstetrician and gynecologist. So the usual question, should I fast and should not I fast? The answer is this. Is it going to be harming her? Harming the baby or harming both? And harming is any harm. More tired, cannot function, losing weight, baby is getting smaller, not growing, throwing up. Any of this is our individual, right? And it is a rukhsa. A lot of the scholars regard them as the sick person, which we're going to come to it, right? So I always tell my patients, it's up to you. Try it and see. And don't say, but it's Ramadan, I have to fast, and then she's throwing up and she's dizzy. And no. And don't take it also too lightly, because it's Ramadan. Give it a try and see how you are. Have I seen pregnant ladies fasting it fully? Absolutely. And have I seen pregnant lady can do it? Yes. So it's up to them. The next common question, how should she make it up? That's a very common fiqh discourse. Should she make it up? Should she pay? Should she make up and pay? And I gave you the bottom line. If you are a Hanafi school, absolutely you only make it up. If you're a Maliki, you pay the money. If you are both, the other school of thought, and Imam Ahmad and Imam Shafi'i, you actually do both. Okay, but don't choose, good, today I'm going to be Maliki, I'm just going to pay money. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Right? Well, I don't have money. No. I have so many plans. I'm going to be Hanafi today. Don't do that. Whatever you are, usually, the way you pray, the way you practice, whatever you are, or the way you grew up in that part of the world, in that part of the world, all of them practice this way. You follow this. طيب? Now, when fasting is not allowed, and I put it in black, not allowed. And you can read it. Old age, sickness, any sickness. You don't have to be in the hospital in ICU. Any sickness. Anything that will become worse with the fasting, you are allowed to not fast. Actually, if it's making your sickness worse, it's haram to fast. A lot of the question comes up, people with diabetes. Always they ask, but I don't feel anything. I was like, what's your blood sugars? Oh, I don't check them. No, check them. If they are worse, then you shouldn't fast. You shouldn't, because this deen, one of the principles of this religion is to protect the life. And to protect the life, you have to protect your health. So sickness, those who work very hard jobs. Imagine someone is in construction, is here, and in the next 2 weeks, and they are out all day. This is tough. And if they tell you, I can't, I get headache, I throw up, I cannot function, then that's subhanAllah. Pregnancy, we talked about it. Breastfeeding, we talked about it. And traveler, we talked about it. Yes?
For working hard, they do it all the time, so when do they make it up then?
Yeah, that's the...
If they cannot make it up, it's the same as the person who is always sick. They pay money. So what do you have with somebody? Let's assume you have your grandmother or your mother, right? She's 90 years of age, frail. That's what we come to it, right? When she cannot make it up. So what you will do? You will pay for it. And if you cannot make it up, then usually you definitely pay the fidya for it, or the atonement. You pay the money for it. But if you are someone who, now you're in construction, for example, and then in December usually there's no construction because it's all cold with snow, days are very short, then you will make it up. Right? So this is the second alien, Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas, and he said, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ, those who cannot fast, that's actually the old age people. So you see this all the time these days. Right? People are very weak, people are thin, people are old, they are fine. I mean, alhamdulillah, they're not Alzheimer's, they're everything. They're too weak. And have you seen, like, the 90-year-old woman, she weighs 90 pounds. It's tough to fast that long, even if they try, and then they can tell you, I can't. So alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. طيب. One is the other, and we talked about this, it's a profession. If someone gets really exhausted, I don't know if you've had this, but I definitely have seen it. If somebody who You know, sometimes, especially if, let's say, students, mother, or even a man working very long hours, they were on call, the whole night shifts, and then they went out, and then by 4 or 3, they're throwing up, severe headache, all these things, this is tough. So that they are allowed to, and the point we are trying to make, Ramadan is so dear, right? But there's always exceptions to it. The person who cannot fast doesn't mean Ramadan is not dear to them. But that's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah will not give burden or ask someone to do something beyond their capability. And if someone is in a jihad, fi sabilillah, they are allowed, although they fought Badr in the summer and they were fasting. Ramadan. 300 versus 1200. And they won. So yes, there is all these permission, but also show Allah the best out of you, the best out of you.